All right, number 7 wants us to find the formula for the quadratic function. I'm just going to write it in y equal. They have f of x, but I'm going to write y. You want to start out with the vertex form, which is a, I guess it doesn't really matter, a x minus h squared plus k. I don't know if this is thinking about helping or not. Vertex form, and then we also have standard form. A x squared plus bx plus c. And then there's a factored form. I think that's the one we really want to use. So all of these could be used the same way, but a and then x. I don't even know if this is actual factor form. A minus okay, so I'm going to be doing something like this. I can figure out my x-intercepts. Okay, so from this graph you can get a few points. Okay, we can get the point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is 3, 0. We can get the point 3, 0 from the graph. We can get the point, this would be negative 2, 0. And we can get the y-intercept, which is negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like negative 6. So we also get this point 0, negative 6. Okay, so what we're going to be doing is plugging in these x-intercepts. Okay, so I'm going to plug in the 3 here, and I'm going to plug in the negative 2 here. Okay, and I'm going to write this as y. This is why I write it as y. You'll see in just a moment. So I'm going to have y equals a, which I don't know, and then we're going to have x minus 3, and then we have a x minus a negative 2, which is going to turn into x plus 2. And then this will be the first part of writing that equation. Now I don't know if it has been multiplied by some factor or not, so I need to figure out a. And the only way that I can do that is by plugging in the x and y value. So I've already used this and this, so now I can use this y-intercept. This is your x value, this is your y value. We're going to use that third point. So I'm going to plug in the negative 6 for y. Negative 6 equals, we don't know a yet, but we can plug in zeros for the x. So 0 minus 3, and then 0 plus 2. So we're going to simplify this and then solve for a. And this will give us a negative 3. This will give us 2. You're going to be multiplying negative 3 and 2. So we got negative 6 equals a. And this is be negative 3, a positive 2. I don't know, I don't need that positive, just positive 2. It's going to give us a negative 6 equal negative 6a. Divide by negative 6, and then that will give us 1 equals a. So my coefficient here would just be 1. So I can write this in factored form. Your equation is y equals 1, which we don't need, x minus 3, x plus 2. X minus 3, x plus 2. And we can leave it in factored form, or we can simplify it to be in standard form. I don't think they specify. I don't think I saw that. They just want you to write the quadratic function. Okay, so I'm going to leave it in factor form. I'm going to write it as x minus 3, x plus 2. right, and now number 8. We're given some points. We want to use a quadratic regression to find the quadratic function of best fit. We're going to round the coefficients. So again, they show you a method to do this in the textbook by hand, but we're going to use technology. So it's similar to the linear regression. I'm going to go and turn this on. We're going to go to Stat. I'm going to hit Enter on Edit. Now I'll have data. I'm just going to arrow up, clear, enter. And then same thing in L1. Go to the very top, hit clear, and then enter. Okay, so now I'm going to put the ordered pairs. So I'm going to go in order from left to right. I'm going to do my x value. So this is an x value of 0. The next one is an x value of 1. This is an x value of 2. And then an x value of 3. All right, now I'm going to go and insert my y values, same order that I did my x value, left to right. So this is a y value of positive 1. And they need to be directly across from its corresponding x value. This y value looks like 7. And then we're back at a y value of 1. And then we're at a y value of negative 2. Actually, I got to type this with the calculator because the minus and negative look different. Okay, so once I get my data in, just want to double check. I got everything correct. It looks good. We're going to go back to Stat. We're going to arrow over to Calc. This time we're going to be doing option number 5, Quad Regression. Okay, as they indicate here, Quadratic Regression. So I'm just going to hit the number 5. My x values are in list 1, y values in list 2. We're just going to go down and tell it to calculate. All right, so they give it to us in standard form, the ax squared plus bx plus c, and all I have to do is insert the coefficients. So I'm going to come down here and I'm going to do negative 2.25. It's going to be x squared. Now what I'm doing to get this squared is I do the shift and then number 6 to do the upper. But you can do the keypad and then you can get exponents that way. I like to use as much keyboard functions as possible. Then we have 5.25x, and then we have plus 1.75. So these are the a, b, and c values we just plug in here for our quadratic regression. They tell you to round coefficients to 3 decimal places if necessary, but they only give me 2 here, so we should be fine. Okay, so they do not like that. Maybe it is around it. Let me see. What I'm going to do is go to mode, just in case. We're going to tell it to float to 3 decimal places. So float is indicating the number of decimal places. And then second, quit. So it looks like they give us the same. Are these the exact same things? No, different numbers. Stat, enter. I'm going to clear. So you can already see that it's working. They got 3 decimal places here. Maybe it rounds it to 2. So I'm going to do these order pairs again. So this x value is 1, and then 2, 3, and 4. All right, I'm going to go to the next column, and we get a y value of 1. We get a y value of 6. Back down to 1. And then this is negative 1, 2, negative 3. Negative 3. All right, so I'm going to do the same thing again. We're going to go to Stat. We're going to go to Calculate. We're going to do Quadratic Regression, so option number 5. And then we're just going to go down to Calculate. And again, I'm only getting 2 decimal places. It's heading around to 3. I'm not sure. Well, let's try it again and see. So negative 2.25 x squared, and then plus 9.55x minus 0.75. So these are the values that we get. Okay, so I'm not sure what happened a while ago. I could have entered something incorrect, but even with 3 decimal places, it still ends up with a 0. So not sure, but that's all you need to do for the quadratic regression when you use the technology, which I highly recommend.